I want to talk about turning the temperature down. All right. Leave a like in the video if you're tired of hearing the people who are taking our kids from us and our inspirational political leaders from us. They keep telling us to turn the temperature down. What does that even mean? What does turn the temperature down even mean? When the side that is saying that is only saying it moments after one of their own commits a heinous act. The first time I kind of heard this terminology widely used was right after Butler, PA, when Thomas Matthew Crooks almost changed the course of this country forever. A couple centimeters, off by a couple centimeters. Now, by the way, for all the Charlie Kirk conspiracy nuts, hey, I think you should keep digging and have fun, but let's not forget about that guy. See, like, we know everything about this Tyler guy. We know nothing about Thomas Matthew Crooks. By the way, did you forget that they went to his parents' house and they had no silverware? They had no silverware. Did the FBI ever even get into his devices? Did they? I don't know. I haven't heard that. Did they get into his devices? I hadn't heard that they did. Tyler, we've got his Discord. We've got everything. I'm just saying, like, let's not forget Thomas Matthew Crooks and Las Vegas, by the way. But right after Butler, PA happened and Donald Trump survived an attempt on his life, only to have another attempt on his life a few weeks later, I believe, the left was out. We need to turn the temperature down. This is after 12 straight years of calling anybody they disagree with a Nazi, inhuman, fascist, telling their viewers that, you know, Republicans wanted to put them in camps. Do you remember they said that? They said that Trump was going to put gays in camps. In camps. Do you remember that? Did that ever happen? No. Did Trump ever take away any rights of trans people? No. Did he take away any rights of gay people? No. Did he take away any? None of the stuff that they said he would do, he did. But that didn't stop them from continuing to repeat it. By the way, within about 87 seconds, the left went right back to their aggressive rhetoric. Here's why they actually do that. I'm going to use David Packman, that loser, as a great example of this. Right after the left commits a heinous act, whether it's an attempt on Trump's life or it's a school incident, they always run out to say, let's turn the temperature down. Let's turn the temperature down, guys. Do you know why they do that? It's because they're afraid someone will retaliate against them. That's why they do that. It is without a doubt my strong opinion that that is why they do that. They say, well, quick, I don't want anybody doing that to my kids or my thought leaders. Guys, we got to turn the temperature down. And for the most part, it's continued to work. Now, I don't endorse anybody and any acts of retribution, but I would like to see some people going to prison. I would like to see the FBI do a little bit better investigating how these networks happen, what's going on in these Discord chats, all this kind of stuff. But for the most part, the left doesn't actually mean turn the temperature down. You want to know how I know that? Is because Erica Kirk stood in front of 90,000 people in person, another 30, 40,000 people in overflow, and over 100 million people total, and forgave the man that took Charlie Kirk's life. That is the literal definition of turning the temperature down. I don't forgive him. I've only been in church twice now, all right? I'm not ready to be as good as Erica Kirk is. All right, maybe one day. That's for Jesus to do the forgiving. I'm still a flawed man, all right? And I'll repent in church about not being able to forgive this man. All right? But this is a common tactic of the left to placate the right. Guys, let's all calm down while the body's still, on the ground. Guys, let's turn the temperature down. As they go on CNN and call us fascists and Nazis, and they call Trump an autocrat, and they have their little groups of armed trans people against an invisible enemy, which is apparently unarmed conservatives or children in church. You have this. We've had enough. Okay? We've had enough. Here's Dave Packman. The Charlie Kirk funeral is absolutely disgusting, riddled with speeches that only dial up the temperature. Stephen Miller's was particularly vile. You want to know how I know we've had enough? Let's look at some of the replies. Oh, wait, actually, again, this is the side telling us to turn the temperature down. Destiny, for example, famously said, I will not disavow what happened to Charlie Kirk until the president comes out and turns the temperature down. This is the words that they use to gaslight the American right. Here's Charlie Kirk. The Charlie Kirk Memorial is indistinguishable from a Nazi rally, and F anyone who wants to pretend it's not. This is a guy that literally came out and said, I'm not disavowing attacks on conservatives unless Trump comes out and literally, his words, if I remember this correctly, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember it, turns the temperature down. I'm starting to think that people's calling for turning the temperature down is like a dog whistle. It's like their weird way of telling the left to continue to ratchet it up, and those cowards, those wimps on the right will still continue to, just not fight back. They call us Nazis while also saying we need to turn the temperature down. Are you joking? Are you joking? Some of the comments. Personally, I think assassinating Charlie Kirk, then celebrating it, is a lot more disgusting than having a memorial service filled with prayer and messages about forgiveness. Here's Nux Taku. Yeah, Erica Kirk forgiving the guy that murdered her husband really shows how violent conservatives are. Meanwhile, in David Packman's own subreddit, they're writing, Republicans don't belong in the general population. Look, we all know they literally hate everyone who isn't white, straight, and Christian. They're not compatible with people different than they are. Therefore, they don't belong in such a diverse population like the U.S. We don't need the ethnocentrism from the deplorables. That's his own subreddit. They don't call for the temperature to get turned down because they want their own to stop doing this stuff. They do it because they're afraid. They're afraid someone will do it to them. God forbid, I am not endorsing it. I don't want anyone to ruin their life to harm one of these losers. Their lives already suck. There's a reason people like Hasan and Destiny and David Packman are like, guys, we need to calm down. It's because they feel the heat. They feel this time is different. G Prime says, we're looking forward to 3 more years of Trump, then 8 years of Vance, thanks to your negative attitude. Enjoy. Quarter Black writes, shooting someone for speech is pretty vile. Y'all got to wrestle with that. They don't want to wrestle with that because they support it. Thank you for lowering the temperature, Dan. Tommy Robinson hits him with the wanker. Don't worry, guys. Someone probably paid him to write this tweet. I don't know if he was involved in that Democrat PAC money scam. That's another thing. Thanks for watching. I mean, this is a guy, you champion drag strip shows for kids.
More specific.
I get the point that you think women are out of control. I got it.
No. I said radical feminists are out of control. Be clear. And they are. That's why they're bringing their children to drag stripper shows.
Let me ask about a couple of things.
Do you think that's okay? Do you think it's okay to sexualize children at drag stripper shows?
I don't think the children are being sexualized if they go to a
yes, they are. They're dressing them up like that.
Drag show. No, I just don't think that that's the sexualization.
You don't think children are being...
I mean, that's who this guy is, right? I mean, they aren't rioting, are they? Charlie says to God. No, Charlie, they're singing. I knew it. You know? I mean, this is what was so vile. Let's see what was so vile.
We will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing.
Based? That's what they're worried about? It doesn't sound hateful. It sounds like he's defining reality. That he's not saying everybody on the left. He said if you're one of these hateful people who would want bad things to happen to others because you disagree with them politically.
We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy.
He's right. Did they think people were going to stop when they took Charlie Kirk out? More people than ever are stepping up. But this stream was streamed by 100 million people. 100 million people stream this. This is the biggest Christian revival in the modern day. I don't know, I'm not a historian, but like there'll be more people. You wait about 9, 10, 11 months. Wait till you see the baby boom. That's going to happen. There's going to be a baby boom. There's going to be more people in church. There's going to be people living the way that Charlie wanted them to, that he hoped they would. And then they'll say, well, you got to turn the temperature down. No, we got to turn it up. All right. These people have been speaking horrible things into existence unfettered for years. They have been taking the lives of our kids, of our thought leaders. They've tried to take Donald Trump's life multiple times, and they keep saying, yeah, but it's just, guys, it's just free speech. Look at what the conservatives are doing. Don't look at what we're doing. Look at what they're doing. No, that's not going to work anymore for us. Hasan and David Packman and Destiny, we are looking at you, and that's the heat you feel. And no, I'm sorry, we won't be turning it down. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.